So I'm back here. This is it. If you guys watch the podcast or listen to the podcast, I was talking about that I bought a collection of guitars essentially to get one. This is sometimes how you have to do it to get that guitar, that elusive thing that you're after. So I'm going to talk about the whole story, how this all works, and the difference between this video and a lot of videos where you're like, hey, you see a lot of either guitar stores or guitar flippers saying, hey, I bought all these guitars, and then they're essentially going to sell them all and make a profit. Profit is not what I'm after. I was after to reduce the overhead cost of one particular guitar. So it was just made more sense. Now, of course, we'll explain. I'll explain everything. So let's go through it. So this particular person, who I'm actually know quite well, is interested in selling all his guitars. So I went through the guitars that he had, and of course, there was about two that was really interested more so than the rest. And I let him know I'd like to buy those. He, of course, explained, and this is real common, that he really wants to sell them all. And so we went back and forth. And so I've done this before, and I've had friends do it to me as well, which is where I said, hey, look, why don't we work out a deal, a reasonable amount to pay for the guitars. So it's not a big opportunity to make money, but it's a really good opportunity to get stuff that's hard to get. These particular guitars are more interesting to me because every single one of these guitars that you're going to see today, I sold through my retail store years and years ago to this customer. So the first one here is not a guitar. This is a bass. Okay, so let's take a look at this. He did include Dunlop strap locks and a strap. So what we have here is an American jazz bass. This is a 2007. A beautiful bass. We added this pick guard at the shop. This is a black pearl. Moto Pearl, I think it's black Moto Pearl pick guard to it, volume, and tone control. It is all stock, no fretwear whatsoever. So again, overall great condition. Original strings still on it, I believe. So beautiful bass. So an American jazz bass. This is a professional series, and like I said, original case. All right. What do we have next? This is a Paul Reed Smith Core American Series guitar. It is, it's a McCarty. Now this is not a McCarty 594. This is a McCarty. This is 25.5-inch scale McCarty. It is super, super unique for two reasons. One, it has two narrow-filled pickups. This is something they did limited-wise. They didn't do very many of these, but you can find them from time to time. And this is it's a one-piece flame top. Now, a one-piece top is not a 10 top, and a one-piece top is not something you can special order. Just every once in a while, they have a big hunk of, of flame maple, and they can put it on the entire guitar. So this is not book matched. This whole entire maple top is one piece. It's in this beautiful red finish. It is in amazing condition. This neck feels fantastic. Again, no fretwear whatsoever, no level work done. And again, it's not a 10 top, but it's super unique. And that's where it's a little hard to kind of figure out what these are worth, right? Okay, so this one, I know what you're thinking. It's a Paul Reed Smith SE. It's not. This one he didn't have a case or a gig bag for, so he included this SE bag, which is nice. This is the old SE bag that's gray instead of the new ones are brown, and that just means that it's not only as gray, but it's a little thicker. The new brown SE bags are not as thick, firmly padded as this, but not massively different, just slightly different. This one was one of the guitars I was interested in. Of the bunch, this was the second most one I was interested in. This is an EVH crop circle guitar, and again, in perfect condition, super light. This one, I just weighed it, is 6.9 to 7 pounds, so super, super light. It's all stock. It's in really, really good condition. Look at that. It says made in Mexico. This is painted. This is not a graphic. I did this one of my 5 things about EVH guitars you don't know, is that they actually hand paint these in Mexico. These are not like wrap graphics. This one was probably one of the harder ones to paint, believe it or not, because there's a lot of processes to it. Obviously, I'm very excited about this guitar. Very excited. Okay, now we have another one. This is another extremely unique guitar, which is again hard to value it. Paul Reed Smith core guitar. This one is a discontinued model. They don't make this particular model anymore. They make a version of it. And then this is a very unique version of that model they don't make anymore. Wow. This is a Paul Reed Smith 513. Now they make a different version of the 513 now. They don't make this version, but this one is particularly different because this is a solid ash body. It's 2 pieces and it's super light. This one weighs in at about 7 pounds, 1 ounce. And it's a beautiful guitar with this beautiful top. The ash really pops. It's a natural finish, but it's starting to yellow a little bit, which gives it a cool look with the amber knobs. The neck feels fantastic. If you guys don't know what a 513 is, it means it has 5 pickups and 13 different combinations, including being able to switch the pickups from a more vintage tone to a more modern, more aggressive, higher output tone. Oh, you know what? I should tell you the year. This one is a 2009. We're getting down to the end here. All right, so this is the reason why I bought the guitar collection. This guitar is no longer made, and it has a story, and the story means a lot to me. So I'm gonna share with you. Okay, so what I don't remember is the year. I'm gonna look at this and see if I can see the year. So this is a Parker custom shop Dragonfly in burnt metallic orange. So if you know, I'm a huge fan of Parker guitars. I was a dealer for Parker guitars for 10 years. I sold quite a few Parker guitars. This one is one of 2 guitars that I ordered from my store. 2 meaning they were identical in every way. One was a green metallic gold color, and this one was the burnt metallic orange. Also, a Fender would call it burnt tangerine. But why this is important is this is a Dragonfly Parker guitar. That is super rare because when they came out with this design, this is to be more less extreme looking than the Parker Fly and the Mojo. More importantly, has a special headstock that you can actually hang these guitars. They put a little bit of more meat on there. This one is, because I spec this one, I can tell exactly what it is. It's a mahogany body, 1-piece mahogany body with a 1-piece mahogany neck that's set through, set in there. And of course the carbon fiber is on the back of the guitar. I have a detailed video of these guitars. This guitar, at the time, was a custom order. And when I did it right when they started doing these. And immediately after, not only they got a cease and desist to not use the name Dragonfly anymore, they changed it to the Max Fly with 2 X's. So some of you guys will see these as Max Flies. This is an actual Dragonfly. In fact, it was such an extreme issue that not only did they stop calling it Dragonfly, I have the letter to this day that they sent me to please tell me as a dealer to not publish any of this as a Dragonfly, you know, for sale or anything, you know, call it something at the Max. And this was just not a guitar that I could justify buying at the time as the owner of the store because they were so unique and they were hard to get, even though I just really wanted one. My buddy Pat has the gold one. It is ultralight and it is also balanced. As you can see, I've done this trick before. You can hold it on your strap by the strap button, and they balance sitting in that perfect playing position, the classical style playing position. So long story short, this was the reason I bought the collection. I was looking at what this was worth and I said, you know, why don't I just buy them all? And I gave him a reasonable price. Factoring in if he sold them on Reverb, you know, their fees, the shipping, all that trouble. I'm super excited about this guitar. I'm super excited about all of them, but this is the reason, like I said. Just because I know some of you guys are not really into Parkers and don't know things. If you go on Reverb and you see ones that look like this, and they're like $600, those are the imports, and there is USA ones that go for between $1,500 to $2,000 that are bolt-on USA ones. These are the rarest ones. You know, some of you guys are like probably gonna ask like, why didn't I play any of these? If there's any that are interesting, maybe I'll do deep dives on them and do more detailed videos. I just wanted to explain, show the guitars and kind of explain the story. A lot of the guitars I've shown you throughout the years on the channel where I'm like, oh, look at this guitar, this rare guitar I got, that's really cool. This interesting guitar I got, that's cool. I was buying collections at that time too. I've almost never bought any rare guitar by itself. It's just too hard to do. This is real common in all kinds of industries, whether it's cards or, you know, comic books or whatever, sometimes, man, just buying the most, you know, this, you know, what do you value at this? Somebody's going to say, hey, this is worth a fortune, this one guitar. And like I said, maybe it's to trade them a bunch of guitars for this. It's a better deal for you. Or buy all their guitars or a bunch of their guitars. And again, maybe it's a better deal for you. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I want to thank you all for staying to the end. And till the next time, know your gear.